Slavery and freedom is pretty self-explanatory. It talked about how it was when they first came over and took us from Africa, and then took us to whatever destinations that they were taking us to, and then our way to gaining freedom. This included multiple pieces of history such as the Declaration of Independence, the 13th Amendment, just a lot of stuff that was very essential to African Americans. And one piece that stood out to me was, I believe it was under the Middle Passage section. So it showed on a wall how many African American slaves were put on a ship and where they were going, how far they had to travel. So, for example, there was a ship that was coming from Africa to the UK, just for example, and it would have 5,000 slaves on it. As the boat traveled more, the slaves would get smaller and smaller because of death. And it would be large number gaps from like 5,000 to 100. It just really blew my mind because there were so many of us, and so many of us had died, and we couldn't even be sent back home because they didn't know our names, so we couldn't truly rest in peace. And that's why that piece stood out the most to me, because it just really blew my mind that I couldn't go back home. My family would never see me again. They wouldn't know if I was dead or alive.